balancing your content creation with your 9 to 5 is beginning to feel like an impossible task, this video is for you. All over the internet, it's seeming like everyone is quitting their full-time job to become a full-time content creator, but not everyone has that luxury. With the way the economy is right now, even I can't afford to quit my job. So I have to do my best to balance my work life with my content creation. And I know how much of a struggle that can be because I've been doing it for 2 years now. And in all that time, I've had to learn some painful truths that in the end helped me to get better at my job while consistently showing up for my online audience. And in this video, I'll be sharing those tips with you. The first thing you have to realize is that you need to be realistic with your goals. All the social media gurus are saying that if you want to grow, you need to post consistently, you need to post often, but nobody is talking about how consistency can mean different things to different people. If you're balancing content creation with your 9 to 5, you have significantly less time to dedicate to content creation than someone who is a full-time content creator. There are full-time content creators who have entire teams helping them to put out content as consistently as they do. You'd see them and you think, oh my god, this person is showing up on 7 platforms consistently every day, and then you feel like you are doing something wrong. Please change that mindset. Define what consistency means to you and stick to it. A good way to start is to determine exactly how much time you can dedicate to content creation in a day. If you're someone who works remotely and your work schedule is very flexible and you can get all your job work done by 12 p.m, 1 p.m, 2 p.m, before 5 p.m, then you have from 3 p.m to 12 a.m to do everything content creation. But then that is going to be different from someone who is going to the office. You have to wake up real early, like 7, and get dressed and go to the office so that you can work your 9 to 5, and then you come back home from the office between 5 and 6. Then you have to dress, you have to eat so that you will not faint as you're creating your content. That person will have a significantly less amount of time to dedicate to content creation. So figure out exactly how much time, whether it is 1 hour or 3 hours or 5 hours, that you can dedicate to content creation every single day. And then from there, you can now determine, okay, with this amount of hours, how much content can I create? How many reels can I film? How many videos can I script? How many hours will it take me to edit this and that? Once you know how much time you can dedicate, then you can start allocating that time to different tasks and different aspects of your content creation. With that, whether it is 3 times a week on Instagram that you can show up, or once a week on YouTube, whatever platform you are on and however often you can consistently show up, 3 times a week every week consistently is better than 7 times a week for 2 weeks and then goes for 1 month. For me, I have 2 YouTube channels, 2 Instagram accounts, and a LinkedIn profile that I constantly create content for. I'm not going to set crazy goals like 3 YouTube videos a week for each YouTube channel and then 1 reel a day for each Instagram account, 1 post a day on LinkedIn. I'm not crazy. My personal content schedule is 1 video a week on my new channel, 2 videos a week on my old channel. For reels, honestly, it's very sporadic, but I make sure I show up at least 3 times a week on reels. So that is what consistency means to me. What does consistency mean to you? My second tip is to have a content creation system. Don't just tell yourself, oh, I will create content when I can. Newsflash, you won't. There's always going to be 1 deadline or 1 task or 1 something or 1 thing that is going to keep you from creating that content when you can. You need a plan. The first step is to determine exactly how much content you want to create. Remember in my last point, I said you should set realistic goals. Once you have set those goals, okay, you want to show up twice a week on YouTube. You want to show up 3 times a week on Instagram. Fine, you've created your content calendar, you know what you want to do. So what system are you going to implement to make sure that all those pieces of content are ready on time? What are the steps that you require to take a video from idea to publish? For me, I have to brainstorm, and then I'm going to do some keyword research. Then I'm going to script, then film. Next, I'm going to edit, and once I'm done editing, then I will distribute on the various channels that I need to distribute on. That is my content flow. That's my content system. That's how I work. So once you determine how your flow is going to be, then you can now break it down into daily tasks. Let me give an example. Let's say someone has 3 hours a day to dedicate towards content creation. For someone like that, I don't think it is realistic to be filming every single day. So let's say you pick a filming day. Let's put it on Saturday, because filming, honestly, it requires you to get into a particular mood so that the content can come out the way you intend and not have signs of frustration on your face. Now, what are you doing from Monday to Friday to prepare for Saturday? Let's say on Monday, you are brainstorming, you are doing your keyword research, you are gathering your content ideas. Then on Tuesday, you are scripting, whether it's a YouTube video or it's Instagram Reels. If it's Instagram Reels, then maybe you want to look for the right audio or the right lip sync that you want to use to create your videos. This can take anywhere from a single day to multiple days. Just make sure that you are very well prepared. Then on Friday, you can now start planning your filming day. Okay, you're going to wake up by this time, you're going to start filming by this time. Each video is probably going to take maybe an hour, or make sure that everything is ready so that on Saturday you are going on autopilot. You wake up, you get ready, you get dressed, everything you want to do, everything you want to film, all your scripts, everything is ready. So all you have to do is sit down and film. Now, after Saturday, you have a bunch of videos to edit, but you also have to prepare for the next time that you want to film. So from Sunday, you will start editing the videos that you filmed while you are scripting and getting ready for your next filming day, and so on and so forth. You see how it becomes a cycle, it becomes a system. When you have such a system in place, creating content is less tedious and it's just more of like a routine, and it's less frustrating. You're not unprepared, you're not scatterbrained. You know exactly what you need to do, when you need to do it, and everything is just flowing in a very organized manner. This will seriously help with your sanity and keeping track of everything that you need to do. My third tip is to stay organized. It's one thing to have a plan, it's another thing to actually execute. When you have your system, there are now so many things to keep track of. You want to know how many scripts have you filmed so far, how many content ideas do you want to film this week or next week, how long is it going to take you to edit, how many videos do you want to film in a single session, because batch creating is life, to be fair. That's why I encourage scripting so much, because instead of filming every single day, just have your 7 scripts, sit down one day, be changing clothes, film all 7 videos at once. So you need to keep track of all of those activities, and there are many different ways that different people do that. Some people prefer to use productivity apps like Notion or Airtable or Trello or whatever, but personally I'm not really a fan of those productivity apps, because I feel they just take so much time to set up. Like, you can spend a whole solid day, because remember, we have like 3 hours in a day to dedicate to content creation. You can spend 2 out of those 3 hours just setting up your Notion. I am just not a fan. I prefer planners, whether it's a physical planner or a digital planner. I prefer planners. They are just so much easier to work with. The planner that I'm currently using now, I created it for myself. Like, I sat down in Canva and I designed it for myself, because the other planners that I was using, they're not really doing it for me. Nowadays, people are taking this productivity thing to a whole other level that is just so unrealistic and just too much. So I sat down and I created a very simple, everything in front of my eyes planner. If you would like a copy of the planner, or you just want to check it out, I've left a link to it in the description. It has 3 different variants. You can go and check whichever one you would prefer. But essentially, I just use a planner to keep track of my monthly content calendar, my monthly goals for work, for content creation, for my personal life. I break each of those monthly goals and my content calendar into weeks, and then I break those weekly tasks into days, and then every single day I break each task into hours, so I can keep track of every single minute of my life without getting confused or getting lost, like, okay, what am I supposed to do today, or what am I supposed to do tomorrow? No, everything is planned out. I mean, I guess it helps that I am an iPad girly. I just write everything down with my stylus on my iPad, and everything is just clear. But if you're a productivity app type of person, go ahead, use it. The cocoa is that you use it to track, okay, how many content ideas do I have, what and what needs to be scripted before so time. Use it to set deadlines for yourself. Use it to make sure that everything is ready before your filming day, and just to keep track of your life, essentially. Because as someone who is juggling content creation with a 9 to 5, you have so many things going on. You have tasks and deadlines at work, and then you have your own personal tasks and deadlines as a content creator. So in order to keep all your everything in front of you, and keep track of how things are going, what has been achieved, what is still pending, and all of that, then you will be able to execute better and not reach your filming day and realize that, oh, you didn't script 2 videos, right? So yeah, keep yourself organized. My fourth tip is to keep things simple. You have very limited time dedicated to content creation. Now is not the time to be using Adobe Premiere Pro, especially if you are not familiar with it. Now is not the time to be doing a full face of makeup before you film your videos. I mean, unless you are in the fashion or beauty niche, I guess, but now is not the time to be looking for the fanciest dress in your wardrobe to use to film. Keep things very simple so that when it is time for you to actually do stuff, it's not, well, complicated. Use a very simple editing software to edit your videos so that you can get your videos out faster. You can use InShot, you can use CapCut, you can use Video Leap. There are so many very simple, easy to use editing softwares out there that you can use to churn out your videos but still have them look really, really good and very well produced. All my videos are edited on CapCut, from Instagram to YouTube, everything CapCut. I cannot come and kill myself, and you shouldn't either. There's also your online personality. I don't think there's a need to separate your normal personality with your online personality. There are some people, when it's time to film, they will now switch up their accents, and it will take them, some time to really flow in the accent and get through a whole filming day with the accent. Because when you are faking an accent, then it becomes kind of hard to talk, because as you are thinking of what to say, you are also thinking about constantly keeping up with the accent. If you have an accent, don't try to change it. Don't try to change your personality, because if you do, it's going to take quite some mental work to keep things going, and it's going to slow you down in your filming and in your editing. Maybe when you are editing, you'll realize that you said something wrong and you can't go and refilm it because you filmed like 3 days ago. Oh, that was exhausting. You see what I mean? So please keep things simple in your filming, in your editing, in your online appearance. Today, I literally just threw on this dress and I wore it this wig, and I'm sure it shows because this wig is not very well laid, but I don't really care. I have a message that I want to pass across, and I'm excited to pass it across. So I just made sure that I'm dressed, I'm not naked, and I came on here to let you know these things that I want to let you know. Keep things very simple. The next time I want to film now, I'm not going to go and try and do a full face of makeup and do a red lip and do all these things, because oh my god, it just takes extra time. It just takes so much extra time, and it's not needed. What people want is what you have to say. What can they learn from you? What's their experience when they watch your videos? That's the point, okay? So don't give yourself a headache trying to get the most expensive camera or the most expensive equipment, or do a full face of makeup, or wear the best clothes, or have an accent. Keep things simple. I promise you, it will save you time, it will save you energy, it will save you stress. Okay? My last but definitely not the least tip is to repurpose like a thief. Especially if you are a content creator on multiple platforms, my dear, repurposing will save your life. Now, if you're a blogger, do you know you can convert your blog post to scripts for YouTube? If you're a YouTuber, do you know you can break down your YouTube videos into Reels? If you do Reels, do you know that you can repurpose your Reels into TikTok and Shorts? If you're on LinkedIn, do you know that you can take bits and pieces of your YouTube scripts and post them on LinkedIn? And if you're a YouTuber and you're thinking of starting a blog, do you know that you can transcribe your YouTube videos into blog posts? Repurposing will save your life as a content creator that is juggling a 9 to 5, because you can turn one piece of content into 10 just like that. If I sit down, I will extract 10 reels from this video. I don't know about you, but the prospects of that sounds like easy living, and I for one, I'm for easy living. Okay, now I don't know everybody likes those really zoomed in videos you get when you try to turn your YouTube videos into reels, but another thing you can do is you can take points from your YouTube script and then turn them into reels. Like, you can take a point and talk about it on reels or on TikTok. That way you are not coming up with a fresh content idea. You can just read through your script, get some video ideas, and then you can go. When it comes to repurposing, you're going to have to be really creative about it, but if you can crack the code on how to repurpose your content, I promise you, life is going to be so much easier for you. As you can see, balancing your content creation with your 9 to 5, it takes grit, but it is still very possible. If you are able to set realistic goals for yourself, build a system that will help you achieve those goals, track your progress along the way, keep things very simple and super accessible for yourself and maximize your efforts through repurposing content, I think you're going to be all right. By the way, if you'd like a copy of my digital planner, which I have rightly named the Working Creators Planner, so if you are interested in the planner, again, the link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you share this video with fellow content creators who are struggling to juggle their content creation with their 9 to 5. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take care of yourself. Mwah. Bye.